there, humans, hippies, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you are lucky enough to be doing it too. I'm doing a review for you today that I never thought would happen. But we've gone to a channel of the people of late. I've done all kinds of reviews that I never thought would happen. The Panzer B2, the Lukes, the T18, the bloody Valentine 2, all these kind of tanks. But never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that one day I would be privileged enough to tack upwind like a salty sea dog and deliver a review on the mighty Tog II, the tank that is like the love child of a hot dog in a pillbox, is here today for your viewing pleasure. Now, this is a patron-sponsored post. Patron is how we keep the channel ticking over. We just had the European server event this month. In another 4 weeks, we'll have another one of those. Next week, we've got the Asia server, and the week after that, we've got the NA event. The new forums are up. The Discord chat channel is up. The Telegram chat channel is up. The private video section and the sponsors section is up. It's all happening hot diggity dog. And I'd just like to take a moment to actually congratulate a couple of patrons, namely one, Mr. Point Blank on Blitz, for your lovely daughter, Anya. I believe that is how we pronounce. She is new to the world and she's with us. So good on you, Frankie. Congratulations to you and the missus for producing such a wonderful little bundle of joy. I'd also like to congratulate Ronan, Mac the Knife. You know who I'm talking about. Ronan, you machine. Congratulations on winning the Rising Star gift card award from iTunes, courtesy of our Irish sponsor. But we're here today really for this thing, the Tog II. Be under no illusions, I don't drive this thing on purpose. If you're wondering why I don't drive it on purpose, have a look at this. I'm playing at the moment with Shaky, and he is going to show you what this thing can do when it gets a little push from a KV-1S. It can really pin your ears back and get the wind through the hair as you knock it out at 15 big kilometers an hour. I've seen people go faster than that walking downhill. That is absolutely absurdly slow. And at tier 6, I hated it. I bought the thing on the EU server when I was on holidays. I also bought a Super Virgin and a Panther M10, and I really enjoyed both those tanks, but the Tog II just made me want to curl up in the corner, hold my arms and cry. What's it got going for it? Well, there's no denying that it is as big as a football field, and as such, if you're a person that likes tanks that are really, really long and can be really, really easily penned, then look no further. This is the tank for you. Likewise, if you like tanks that constantly finish in situations where it is one tank on 5 and you are faced with overwhelming odds that you can't possibly win in, well, winner, winner, chicken dinner, this is the tank for you. If you're looking for a tank that'll get you to the battlefield just in time to see the last of your team fall on their own sword and die charging the red spawn while you're chugging along like the little tugboat that couldn't get the job done because someone forgot to wind up the rubber band inside, then this is the tank for you. I got very upset driving this tank. It's very, very slow, but there's something about it. It is a fun tank to drive. It's not a great tank. It's not even a good tank. But it is a fun tank. Because, look, if you want to COD this thing, or you want to go around it in any way, shape or form, forget about it. It's too long. If you want to shoot it, great. There's lots of it to shoot. And it's fatter than a truck driver's sock. And honest to God, look at it. It moves like a glacier. It's the speed of thought for the thinking impaired. I can't stand driving it, but I had a lot of fun at the same time. So I don't know what to make of that. What has it got going for it? The Tog has a hilariously accurate and fast-firing gun. It's got a 17-pounder Mark 7, which pumps out 2,228 damage per minute. It's the standard 75mm or thereabouts penetration and alpha, but it's the standard gun from a lot higher. You've got 13.92 rounds a minute at 171 average pen on your AP. Now that's great AP pen, and it's a great rate of fire, and it's a great DPM. In fact, the only only tank at this tier that's a heavy that'll get you there quicker in terms of DPM and this is a little known fact that not a lot of people realise, the KV2, if you run that with the 107mm ZIS 6, you can get that up to 2,500 damage per minute in a tier 6 heavy, which is very, very interesting. But of course, you'd much rather run the 152mm gun on that one. Dispersion-wise, it's outstanding. 0.319, 2.04 aim time, and a turret that actually moves quite quickly, which is surprising because the traverse on the tracks is absolutely horrible. The traverse on the tracks is 20 degrees. Your top speed is 13 kilometers an hour. I mean, stop me if you've heard this. It's very, very slow. Very slow. The other part about it, which is absolutely hilarious and brilliant, is that it has more hit points than any two tanks at tier 6 put together. Well, I jest, but it kind of does. It's got 1,540 hit points. To put that in perspective, the Churchill and the VK3601 have 1,100 hit points, and they're two of the biggest hit point tanks in the tier. So you're looking at a tank that can absolutely take a hit and dish one out, and that's where the joy of it comes. You really have to drive this thing forward and press the button, and don't worry about trading hit points because you've got more hit points than anyone else. You're allowed to trade hit points in this thing. Your gun's accurate enough, and it pumps out DPM that most heavies at this tier can only dream of. So jump in, drive forward, and do the business. You can perma-track stuff in a tier 6 heavy. I mean, that poor old T-34 there is about to get a real surprise when we knock him on the track once, he repairs it, we knock him again, and yeah, ta-ta. The DPM came a lot quicker and a lot faster than he thought it was going to come. But then you face things like this, where someone's hitting you from the left, and you can't turn the tank around, because it's bigger than bloody Keanu Reeves' ego. Like, have a look at the thing go. You can't get the tank around. Chug, 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 chug. Look at this. 2 of us left. 4 of them left. 3 of them left. Oh, look, there's someone right next to me. Everyone else is dead, are they? I must be driving the Tog II again. Pair the broadsides, Captain. We're going to go into battle here. Put the sails up. Unfurl the mainmast. Get the mizzen doing the mizzen to the scuttlebutt with the seaman and the bosun and the parrot and the army hearties. It's a nautical-themed tank. In fact, it's like someone stole a cargo container off a shipping liner and actually shoved a turret on the top and then put some tracks around the edges. It's fun. I don't know how to do this review, seriously, because you don't want to drive this on purpose. It's like poking your eyeballs out with a hot stick. It's like eating your own legs. The gun's legit though. Do you see them apples? In fact, the pen number is really good and bears mentioning. The only other heavy tank that you have to watch out for with better pen than this is the M6, which I reviewed recently. And someone on the YouTube comments section here actually mentioned that I did forget to say this. So the M6 has 243mm of pen on its APCR. The Tog II has 239. It is right up there, and they're the only 2 tanks in excess of 230 as heavies with its APCR pen. So that's pretty bloody interesting. I drove this thing with Shaky in a dual Tog platoon, and it was torture because basically you're consigning 5 members of your team to go 5 on 7 for the first 2 minutes of the game while you wind up the rubber band and catch them up. But if you can hold the line, and that's what we're doing here, we'd often just find a strong point, sit there and hold, and Shaky got sick of it and started driving the KV2, which was great by me because everyone ignores the Tog, thinking that the only thing they've got to worry about is the KV2. Meanwhile, you just sit there pressing the button, filling them up with 160 alpha every 2 seconds and having a great old time. Now, I know the funny thing about this tank is that it's actually real, it existed. I want to know what they put in there. What did they have inside the Tog II that necessitated it being that long? Was it really an amphibious vehicle? I mean, no, obviously it wasn't. But look at it. There's enough space in there for 3 families and an orchard. Why have you got a tank that big? I like big butts and I cannot lie. Some mother brothers can deny. Look at it. It's enormous. We're going to have this one game and then I'm going to stop freaking out and I'll leave you to be. You can do whatever it is you need to do. Get on with your lives. Don't drive the Tog II on purpose. There you go. Made in Nicaragua. Tog to Tog Bushka. He's in a Tog. So we're going to go Togo a Togo. Now, if anyone here has anything interesting that they need to do, like maybe their taxes, fill in a couple of enrolment forms, take a university degree, a little bit of knitting, a little bit of macrame, knit one, purl two, maybe some screen printing. If you just want to catch up on your rays, have a sleep, I'll let you know when I get to the top of the hill and commence festivities. Don't feel bad if you look away, you go make yourself a cuppa, come back. Everyone's able to multitask when you drive a Tog. It's a kind of tank you can drive and be semi-AFK. One hand eating a packet of chips, the other hand, you know, just doing a bit of dusting, the ironing, and then maybe moving the Tog with your feet. It's one of the great things about touch screens. I don't know if it's a thumb or a big toe. And the Tog, geez, you could drive a Tog with the big toe very, very easily. Hang on, we're nearly there. No, settle down, guys, settle down. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. Hang on. I've got the engine room on the phone. Stop engine room. We've acquired the target. That's right. Open up the broadsides and let them have it. Oh, it hasn't been this good since Nelson got up at Trafalgar. Honest to God. The good thing about the Toggy is that it has good pen. So, the credit coefficient's not great. It's 157%, but that's not bad. It's pretty solid. You don't have to spend a lot of money on ammo, so you can actually make some money in it. And for all the fact that I'm berating it and making fun of it, you'll do decent enough damage because you'll have these games where, one, you don't take any incoming damage and you just do a little bit of damage because everyone else has already killed everyone, or two, everyone's coming at you and all you're going to get is a heap of targets. Don't try for advanced maneuvering like I did there. I mean, look at this. Look at the size of the thing. Any other tank would be able to hide behind that rock 3 times. We can't even get our ass out of the air. And we're rapidly losing people 10 ways to hide a Tog, says mate in Nicaragua. Good God, I love it. So what we've decided to do here is reverse up the hill. Because I figured that way there's someone in spawn who's mucking around there. At least I can use them spotting targets so that I can get shots in. And there's the MT-25, the first victim of the Tog monster. MT-25 down, and now we're pumping the IS. Now, you'll note that I have switched to premium because this has got very, very serious. That is a tier 7 tank with an awful lot of hurt on the end of it, and he will pen me. I knew he was going to pen me. I should have bloody well moved away earlier, but I've tracked him, just waiting for a chance. He's repaired. Oh, we'll get one more into him. Ah, the Chiri, the little grub. We go back for another bite of the cherry, and then just pull back. And not quick enough. Because the Tog, let's be honest here, the Tog moving like a glacier, that's just a silly move. If you're used to driving a normal tank, i.e. one that goes in excess of 25 kilometers an hour, you'll be very, very comfortable with that little in and out move. It's called peekabooing. You do it when they don't have one in the barrel. However, when you move out and then move back in the Tog, you could load a blunderbuss in time. And you're going to see that here. Poor old mate in Nicaragua is doing the right thing. He's been coming across the map ever since he started typing. It's taken him about 3 minutes to get here, which is a good thing. And he's been schooling me up on the Tog, and he's much better. But unfortunately for him, I'm just going to hang back and let whoever's behind him do the business on his butt. There you go. Got an IS and a Chiri coming up here. I should be all kinds of dead. But the Tog does have a tremendously large hit point pool, which means that you can absorb huge amounts of damage and still live to tell the tale. And now I'm going to show you the Tog at its finest. I've set the spinnaker, I am tacking into the wind, and I am absolutely flying around this rock, just leaving this IS for dead. God knows, I mean, obviously, Super Unicum IS misses me. I don't understand how you could miss this tank. That's the Tog II. Take it with a huge pinch of salt. I don't like it, but you're allowed to like it yourself. 2400 damage at tier 6 is nothing to scoff at. And it was enough for me to say, job done, tools down. I don't have to drive it ever, 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 ever again. Hope you enjoyed it, boys and girls. I'm Bushka on Blitz. Again, congratulations to Frank and your lovely wife and your new baby girl. Hats off. And to all of you out there in the community with your real families and your real mums, dads, brothers, sisters, sons, daughters, cousins, dogs, pet porpoises, everything, look after yourselves and look after each other, because it is a jungle out there. Stay safe on the battlefield.